Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about using more than one verb in a simple sentence. We've been talking about English as an SVO language. SVO means subject, verb, object, because those parts of the sentence usually come in that order. Subject first, then the verb, then the object. So we looked at this sentence in the last class. Luis needs to buy milk. The subject is Luis. Milk is the object. And the verb is needs to buy. Now that's actually two verbs. Luis needs milk and Luis buys milk. But in English, we can't just put two verbs together and say Luis needs buys milk. The first verb, needs, will stay the same, but the second verb has to change. So instead of saying Luis needs buys milk, we replace buys with to buy. What is to buy? To buy is the most important form of the verb, the infinitive. The infinitive consists of the base form of the verb, in this case, buy, and the word to. So the base form is buy, the infinitive is to buy. If I say I have, the verb have, the infinitive to have. You go. We're using the verb go, and the infinitive is to go. We are. Now we know that this verb is irregular. I am, you are, he is. And the infinitive for this verb is to be. Now, the infinitive is not going to change, even if the tense or the number of people in the subject in the first part of the sentence changes. So it's Louise needs to buy milk, present tense. Louise needed to buy milk, past tense. Louise will need to buy milk, future tense. To buy always stays the same. Louise is going to need to buy milk. It will always be to buy, the infinitive. So here's some practice sentences. If we want to use the verbs want and see in this sentence, it would be I want to see my boyfriend. Need, buy. We need to buy groceries. Hate, do. They hate to do homework. Like, go. You like to go to the movies. Love, cook. My mother loves to cook dinner. And it's loves because it's that third person singular in the present tense, but it's always the same, to cook. I love to cook. My mother loves to cook. The verbs that we're using here, like, love, hate, want, need, verbs that take an infinitive for the second verb, are all verbs that have to do with desires or feelings. Now, we can also put the verbs together a different way. We could say Alexander loves to read books using the infinitive, or we can say Alexander loves reading books. These two sentences mean exactly the same thing. They are both correct. We can say loves to read, or we can say loves reading. We're going to talk more about using these ing forms of the verb in a later class. She likes to eat pizza. Another way to say that, she likes eating pizza. I hate to get up early. I hate getting up early. So we can say Alexander loves reading books. Alexander hates reading books. Alexander likes reading books. Alexander needs reading books. No. Alexander wants reading books. No. Because we always have exceptions in English, we can't use the ing form for the second verb for needs or wants. They both have to use the infinitive. So we have to say needs to read, wants to read. These are some of the other verbs, again, having to do with feelings and desires. Promise, try, forget, decide, learn, remember, agree, plan, hope, intend. These verbs would all take an infinitive. Try to remember milk. We intend to go on vacation. I promise to come to your party. And we'll practice this more in the next class.